Let me know if y'all rocking with Young Dolph and Ralo and watch this whole thing to find out what happened. Ralo already knew about how Blac Youngsta was involved in setting up Young Dolph. He knew about how Yo Gotti brought in Blac Youngsta pretty much just to beef with Dolph or anybody who had a diss on Yo Gotti or anyone Yo Gotti didn't like. They would try to send Blac Youngsta after them because they know Blac Youngsta, he still was trying to earn his stripes in the streets. That's why he was basically a crash test dummy, and they were using Blac Youngsta for all of these things, and it ended up backfiring on them because Blac Youngsta turned himself in, and the feds started making a connection between him and his CMG and all that. They knew that basically that he was getting paid by them to go and do all of the hits and everything like that, and that's why it all came back onto Yo Gotti because they knew he was his boss and everything like that. And so Blac Youngsta must have told at some point when his brother got dropped, when Blac Youngsta's brother got hit up, he said that he's done being loyal to anybody, and he was going to come back to Memphis and crash out on Yo Gotti, Moneybagg Yo, and everybody from CMG because he felt like they betrayed him. He felt like they pretty much set him up to fail because they didn't tell him about how they was going to let him take the fall for a lot of the stuff. Blac Youngsta didn't expect for it to go this far where it was going to have to lead to his brother actually having to take the hit for what he had done. And so it was eating up Blac Youngsta's in the head, and he was like, man, I wish it was me instead of my brother, and I can't believe I let these people get away with this and that. And so this is how he was feeling about Yo Gotti and CMG. And all the people from Heavy Camp pretty much fell off. So there was nobody to have Blac Youngsta's back at the end of the day, and he left his brother out there and pretty much in the open in Memphis. Like, they already knew Blac Youngsta's brother was in that Impala and everything like that. So when they seen him, the dudes drove by. They were like, hey, aren't you Blac Youngsta's brother? He turned around. He started trying to go back into the store. That's when they got him right then and there, man. Somebody held the door closed, and they got him right there in front of the store. And this was all because Blac Youngsta being involved in setting up Young Dolph. A lot of people were still trying to get revenge for Young Dolph, and they were trying to pretty much even the score or whatever like that, and trying to get the get back. And so this was one of the things that had pretty much happened as a part of that. And because Blac Youngsta was involved and he pretty much fled and left his brother there, they were like, okay, if we can't get Blac Youngsta, we're going to get his brother. That's pretty much how it goes. Like, if they always try to pretty much find somebody that's close to you or this and that, and that it. And so basically, a lot of people, they didn't feel sorry for Yo Gotti and Blac Youngsta because they already knew that they were wrong for trying to set up Young Dolph. And Dolph pretty much, he wasn't still trying to diss him in the songs or anything like that. That ended a while ago. And then it was pretty much where they would see each other at the events. Like, Yo Gotti would hear Young Dolph songs at the NBA games, and Yo Gotti would see Young Dolph at the festivals and all of this other stuff. So it was basically that until once everything went with Straight Drop and Cornelius Smith, and they set up that whole thing. When they found out that Young Dolph was going to the Makita's Cookies, that's when Yo Gotti already was in communication with Raven and all them people, Marie, everybody from the cookie shop wanted to be on Yo Gotti's side. So when the video came out of Young Dolph already going to the cookie shop, that's when pretty much Govan and Big Jook went down to the cookie shop, and they were like, okay, next time Young Dolph comes up, make sure you see what he's in and everything. You call us right away and all that. And so the next time Young Dolph came was for the turkey drive and everything. And you already know that the time when Raven pretty much followed Young Dolph out, recording and everything like that, and she was like trying to have him do the promo and everything. They were bugging Young Dolph for this promo over and over again. And it was really because they were trying to send that over to Yo Gotti and the ops and everybody who came and told them to let us know when you see Young Dolph. And then basically, once they found out that Dolph was going to do the turkey drive and the giveaways and everything, and that he rented out the whole entire cookie shop, not just the cookie shop, but the laundromat and the whole entire plaza, he rented that whole shop out to do the turkey drive. And they knew ahead of time. They already had the load. They already had the drop on him. So once they pretty much informed Yo Gotti and them, they told everybody from Blac Youngsta, Moneybagg Yo to Yo Gotti. This is when they pretty much all went into the prive, and we seen that picture of them with the chalkboard at prive. Like, why did they need a chalkboard the night before Dolph got set up? Why was all of Dolph's ops in one room at one place at the prive restaurant? And that's Yo Gotti's restaurant, and that's the same restaurant where after they had called 911 for Dolph, they sent MPD to protect the prive area because they thought it was going to be retaliation against Yo Gotti at his restaurant. And so everybody that was Dolph's ops and that was beefing with Dolph or said something bad about him, they were all at the same meeting room with the chalkboard, and Yo Gotti and Govan and Big Jook were drawing up the plays on who was going to do this and who was going to do that. And so that all happened right the day before Dolph ended up getting hit up. And so we already know that they pretty much were planning on trying to follow Dolph and trying to like get him and everything like that. And they pretty much found the time, because you got to remember Dolph was removed from his security at that time. Something was up with this whole security issue, because like Dolph's brother was his security, and a lot of people, they were like, they thought they saw somebody in Dolph's car with him and everything like that, but there might not have been anybody with him. And so when he tried to call all the people to show up to the actual turkey drive and to the everything, but they changed the location. Once the location got changed and Dolph left that Benihana's, that was the last time at the Ruth Chris that anybody seen Dolph, basically. And so this is basically when he was trying to go to the turkey drive, and that's when somebody ended up having a whole entire altercation, and that's when the Bentley truck pulled up. We saw the Bentley truck pull up, and you see the footage of them driving away. And so after that, then all of a sudden, within 48 hours, that's when we see Dolph with the arm out the window at the cookie shop, and he's still wearing the same yellow shirt from the last picture he took with the lady in the green dress at the Ruth Chris. And so they're saying that the Ruth Chris, there had to have been people inside the Ruth Chris at one of the tables that might have tried to get up and pretty much hit Dolph with with an cast iron skillet or something like that. And they pretty much tried, the rumble started at the Ruth Chris. And however they got Dolph, because they already had his keys, so he couldn't go to the car. And so since he couldn't go to the car, he was trying to get up out the Ruth Chris, and somebody was like, hey, come with me, I got you, I'll take you there. But the whole time, they were the ops too. And so he hopped in the Bentley truck, not knowing that was the last time we was going to see him again. And so they pretty much, that's when the U-Haul comes into play. They switched to the U-Haul, and that's when we saw the U-Haul. The U-Haul was at Big Moochie Grapes Turkey Drive. It was supposed to have the frozen turkeys in there. Then they were saying that people saw the U-Haul driving behind the Makitas and then turn around and leave. And so then all of a sudden we see Dolph, and we don't know how Dolph got there or nothing like that. And so that's why Ralo is trying to get the footage released. Everybody wants to see the footage so we could get the justice for Dolph.